You got the upgrade to your AudioStar Pro to version 1.1. Now what? My name is Prigge. I'm one of the audiologists with Grason-Stadler, and I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking about how to efficiently implement some of the features in the new version 1.1 of the AudioStar Pro. We're going to go through the config app, some pure tone, speech, special test, and configuration features, and then you'll be ready to test. As part of your install process, there was a program called the AudioStar Pro config app loaded onto your computer. It's a good idea to explore this program just a little bit before you get started to make sure that you're using all of the benefits of the new AudioStar Pro version 1.1. So you'll want to hook your AudioStar Pro up to your computer using a standard USB A to B style cable, and when that's on and the config app is open, you will press the upload button. The upload button is going to bring all of the settings and all of the word lists that are loaded in the AudioStar Pro into the computer so that you may manipulate those and assign them some different favorites. If you look under the Instrument and Word List tab, you will see that there's now a list of CDs. These are all of the CDs that are preloaded onto the instrument, and with those you can manipulate those to make them easy to access. There are over 65 word lists that are preloaded, and so it's a good idea to figure out which ones you use most frequently and assign them to a favorite. In the bottom half of this screen there's a section called Word List Favorites. This is where you go to assign the lists. I've selected the CD in this box right here. I've selected Basic Auditory Test Adults, and now I'm going to go through and figure out which word lists I use most frequently and assign them a test type. I've selected the NU6 List 1A. I've called this my WRS test type. I'm going to press Add Favorite, and then that will be populated over here in my word list favorite column. When you're done assigning the word list favorites, it's nice to just look around the config app to see if there are any other features that you'd like to customize before you start testing on your AudioStar. In the Audiometry and General tab, we have a few new items. Firstly, we have this routing behavior box. If you've selected No, the routing will be the same as in the 61 and in the older version of the AudioStar Pro, where you select the routing behavior for your Channel 1 and Channel 2 independently. If you select Yes on this routing behavior box, the Channel 2 will automatically go to the opposite ear of Channel 1 when you change the routing in Channel 1. A new feature that we've added to the AudioStar Pro is the Pure Tone Auto Frequency Advance. This allows you to set up frequencies, the test frequencies, in any order. When you press Store on the AudioStar Pro, the frequency will automatically advance to the next one on your selected list. To implement this list, you will select a frequency here in the Available Frequency column, press this Moving Over to the Right button, and then that frequency will appear there. You can select these in any order, and you can adjust the order by using the up and down arrows. Other areas in the AudioStar Pro config app, if you look in the Pure Tone or the High Hertz tabs, you will see that you can select your stimulus defaults, your transducer defaults, the level, and the routing defaults. You can also assign a starting frequency, and if you use any signal modifications on a regular basis, you can implement those to be the default settings. If you go to the Audiometry and Speech tab, you'll notice that there are some new features here. One of the things we've implemented in the AudioStar Pro is an autoplay mode for those integrated WAV files. This is where you're going to tell the AudioStar Pro how to apply those autoplay advancing methods. To start any autoplay test, you will press the interrupt button, and then I have assigned my internal WAV file autoplay mode to do a time expire routine. So basically I said, hey AudioStar, if I don't do anything after 2 seconds that you've presented the word, I want you to score it as correct. If the word has been repeated incorrectly, I can reach up and press incorrect, and then it will score it incorrect and move on to the next word. But if you push this drop-down menu here, you'll see that there are several different options for the autoplay mode scoring. You can wait for the score so that it will present the word and not do anything until you press correct or incorrect, or you can do time expire with correct, incorrect, or no score and determine how long between the word presentations by the seconds. There's also another option here called Auto Advance on Score. This is a mutually exclusive selection to the internal WAV file autoplay mode, but it's interesting. If you have this selected, when you press correct or incorrect, the cursor or the word will automatically advance to the next word in the list. If you have a routine where you need to score more than one time per word, such as a CVC, consonant vowel consonant routine, you will want to deselect that auto advance on score, and then you can push correct, incorrect, correct for each single word. When you've looked around the config app and determined that you have everything in there that you would like for your defaults, you'll go to the top and press the download button. This will send all of your custom settings into the AudioStar Pro, and you'll receive a message that says new settings will take effect when the instrument is restarted. Restart your AudioStar Pro and now you're ready to use it. Let's look at the AudioStar Pro and go over some of the features that were implemented and how to use them. We'll go through this methodically in the test type column. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the tone test type button. Press the tone test type and you'll notice that we're now on the pure tone screen. The first change that we've made on this screen is in that bottom display menu under the signal modification menu. When you select that, you'll notice that there are two new stimuli, the pediatric noise and the pediatric pulse noise. The other thing that you'll notice is we now have a button called Lock Menu. In the previous version, this menu would stay visible on the screen until you pressed close. In this version, as soon as you make a selection, the menu disappears unless you've pressed Lock Menu. Reasons that you might want to lock the menu are if you're doing pediatric testing and you want to switch quickly between FM and pulsed and pediatric noise. The auto frequency advance that we set up in the configuration application is implemented here in the auto hertz selection. If it is checked when you press store, the AudioStar will automatically move to the next selected frequency, and if you would like to take manual control of the frequency changing, simply uncheck that box. We've added a new test type to this front panel of the pure tone and the high frequency testing. We've added a section for tinnitus testing. If you're doing a tinnitus evaluation or tinnitus matching, you will select the tinnitus test type and then a little T symbol will show up on the audiogram. Go to the front panel of your AudioStar Pro and press the speech button. You will see when you press the speech button that it will automatically populate with your startup test, mine is SRT, and my first SRT word list from my favorites will be instantly populated in the word list area. One of the new features on this speech screen is going to be the test type. When you press test type and select a different test, such as the word recognition score, the first word list on your favorites that are assigned to WRS will populate in the speech area and you will be able to test immediately. We've taken away several steps, and so now, again, you press test type, WRS, your favorite word list is populated, you press interrupt, and the test will begin. If you're ready to change word list, you can still go to the word list button, but we've made this a little bit more intuitive as well. At the top there's a favorites box or a favorites drop-down menu, and it will contain all of the lists that you have assigned to favorites from that specific test type. We've changed or enhanced the word navigation menu as well. On the current 1.0 version of AudioStar Pro, you would check word navigation to move the cursor into the word list area so you can use your navigation buttons to scroll through. You can still do that by selecting the manual selection in Word Nav. But now we've also given you more control over the autoplay and the auto advance functions. If you decide you do not want your cursor to advance on score, you uncheck auto advance. If you decide that your patient needs more than 2 seconds to respond to your autoplay list, you may adjust that autoplay timeout or the seconds between presentations from this area. If you press the More Test Type button, it will pull up a list of all of the special tests. You will see that we have added the BKB SIN and we have enhanced the Quick SIN. So press Quick SIN and you'll see that there are a lot more detail to the tests. You will select the word list. All of the word lists, the basics, high frequency emphasis, low pass are available for selection. Word navigation will move the cursor into the sentence display area, and then you can present them using your present button, and then you will score the number of the target words, the words in capital letters, to the ones that they got correct. When you have completed the 6 sentences, the score will be displayed in the test results, whether it's right ear, left ear, or binaural. And if you do more than one list, it will average the list and display that average signal-to-noise ratio loss in this table at the top of the page. If you select BK-BSIN, you will notice that the graphs and the scoring are very similar, but there are a few items that I'd like to point out in the display menu. First of all, the BK-BSIN is a normed test that is designed for younger people, and so in order to have a score populate in this section, you must select an age range. The age ranges are 5 to 6, 7 to 10, 11 to 14, or 15 plus. Your list pairs will still be stored in the test results group 1 for the right ear, left ear, and binaural, and the group averages will still be listed at the top. If you press the configure button, that's going to take you to a screen that has a lot of information. One of the new features that we have there on the configuration screen is the brightness control. The brightness has been something that we have implemented because we know that a lot of times audiologists are sitting in a darkened control room and you need to adjust that brightness of the screen. So if you select the brightness button there, it will pull up a display brightness dialog and you use your right and left navigation buttons to dim or brighten the display screen. We've spent some time going over some of the bigger features that have been implemented in the version 1.1, but this is a list of all of the different enhancements that have been added to the AudioStar Pro. For more information about any of these things, please visit us at www.Grason-Stadler.com. Check out our e-learning series, and if you have any other questions, please send us an email or give us a call. Have a great day. Thank you.